Good evening, everybody. Come join me on another walk through the garden. We'll call this our July garden tour part 3. What you're looking at now is the Mexican sunflower in all of its glory. It's looking really good. Let me get a close-up of the flowers here. Bumblebees love it. We've also seen lots of butterflies. We've even seen birds and hummingbirds enjoying the flowers. I trimmed back the catmint. Not that catmint. This catmint, and as you can see, it's already beginning to rebloom for us. So that'll be a pretty blue with the orange that I have in my theme going on, as well as the Russian sage. A couple early blooms of the aster. For any of you that hasn't seen any of the videos yet of our garden here, we're in Louisville, Kentucky, zone 6/7. I'll take you guys over here and show you a couple of new plants I got. Daylily. Guess I could show you the blue. A deep red with yellow center. This one had a bloom on it yesterday, but it'll bloom again tomorrow. This one's called Funny Valentine, is the name of this daylily. If the Annabelle hydrangeas ever bloom like they're supposed to, it may take them another year, but they will be filled with white, big white blooms, clusters. So I thought the red of the, and I'm going to go back and get more, but the red lilies would be pretty with the white hydrangeas. Potentilla still blooming. Potentilla shrub. A prolific bloomer. Should bloom through fall. This blue is the blue Victoria Salvia. I did get some marigolds on clearance, so I stuck one there, one over here. Yesterday was my day to weed, so I weeded the gardens as much as I could, cleaned this bed up a bit. Pretty Ajuga ground cover. And I'm wanting it to spread for me across the edge here. This is Edgar Allan Poe. And this is Miss Raven. For you guys that are just seeing my page or videos, a planter, I had purple pansies in there, but they're done blooming now. Still got some marigolds and nasturtiums. Here is the progress on the moonflower vine. As you can see, there is some blooms, or buds I should say, and it has grown quite a bit for me. This camera has a hard time focusing. Started those from seed indoor, and they'll have a big white flower that will bloom in the evening. Alright guys, all my garden friends that live here in Louisville know all about the Japanese beetles. They are awful this year. They have pretty much destroyed, not destroyed, but really made my roses look ugly. I need to get some Sevin Dust. Sevin Dust works pretty good to keep a lot of bad insects off your plants. There's that Russian sage. Really looking good this time of year. I recommend getting about 4 or 5 plants and planting it in a row. Just makes a bigger statement and pop of color. Here in the front are the Autumn Joy Sedum, just beginning to turn pink. This is the flower, and they will be a rusty pink, deep rusty pink in the fall, which will look pretty with the Russian sage. More of that ajuga ground cover. Marigolds like we had last year in the front, all along the border. Pretty much repeat all through the front here. Marigolds looking good. I try to deadhead all the spent blooms. That helps it rebloom. Here is a different type of sedum. I forget the name of it. It's not Autumn Joy, but it's already blooming. Spireas with some blooms left on them. I swear sometimes the bumblebees on the Autumn Joy Sedum, they act like they're so baked. They love it. Alright. sounds like I'm slapping my face, guys, which I am. Trying to kill the mosquitoes. They are so bad. This is a tree hydrangea. Called Pinky Winky. So the blooms will start out white, like this. And then they'll turn pink. I got this for $50 at Myers. They were on sale. I can't say enough how much I love Myers Garden Center. Check it out, guys. This is our, whoa, sorry, crepe myrtle that is finally blooming. Give you a close-up of the blooms. Limelight hydrangea. I know I go over these every video, but one of my favorite shrubs. Very pretty. Now we're going to go into the backyard. Alright. I'm going to try not to talk so much and just show you the flowers. That is Mr. Addington running around there. Yorkie. Daylilies are dying down. Not dying down, but slowing down. Couple more weeks on this loosestrife and then I'll be cutting it down and dividing it. Oh, this one's got a lot of buds on it. I'm hoping it's the pink. Pink phlox. Oh, white coneflower. Non-bark here. It's nice to have shrubs with foliage color throughout your garden. It's a nice contrast. Spiderwort is about done. I'll be cutting that back soon. Pretty red lily. Okay, a new bloom for you guys this week is the balloon flower. Hard to see how purple it is, but it's really purple in person. Hibiscus. Night Beacon Daylily, my favorite. these up here. Pretty two-color Coreopsis. White phlox blooming this week. I'm wanting this to spread. I think the white phlox is my favorite. It's pretty to have white in the garden. It's a nice highlight. Alright, Aunt Kelly. Gladiuses are now blooming. These are your favorite. Some yellow. Sorry, y'all. I'm fighting mosquitoes. Look around the back side. There's more of that spiderwort I'll be cutting back. Zinnias. I have got to get some Seven Dust pretty soon because got a lot of leaf damage and damage from the beetles. Speedwell, Veronica. About done. A little bit longer, and I'll be cutting that back. The pink phlox needs to be cut back. If y'all remember, I had nasturtiums along the edge here, and they got huge, so they were about done blooming, so I just pulled those up because they were taking over everything. Black-eyed Susans is now their time to shine. More of that Russian sage. This is Addington. Hardy hibiscus. Grandma Shirley, this was yours, that you just gave me this past spring. Despite some of the leaf damage from the bugs, it does have some blooms on it. It'll be pretty. Solomon seal. Coral bells. There's another hydrangea back there. I might move it this fall. I thought it would do better. More zinnias. Alright, so I cleaned this up back here, which was taken over by mainly, I think this is a violet, the wild violets. Still got more to do and pull up, but I did lay some mulch down. Clean this little patio up a little bit. More of that miscanthus grass. Variegated. Nice texture and movement in the garden when you have a nice breeze. Very pretty. Butterfly bush is blooming. This is our haunted shack that we're working on this fall. Give you a little sneak peek of what we've done so far. Another gladius. Joe Pye. More zinnias. Butterfly weed or milkweed. Salvia. Bee balm. Not my favorite, but it's okay. I'm looking everywhere for the red. Pretty white coneflower. Here's the big clump of Joe Pye. Looking good. Just beginning to flower. Another gladius. Get a close-up of that. It's got 3 different colors in it. Pretty blue lobelia back there. Great blue lobelia. I call this a mauve daylily. It's very mauve. There's that lollipop verbena. Pretty red coneflower. Very bright red. Here's another type of coneflower, different variety. And the obedient plant. Here's the work in progress garden here. Pretty Russian sage with the yellow of the lantana. White rose in there. Rosa Sharon should be popping in the next few days. Roses again, not looking good due to that thing. The camera does not want to focus today. There's that red drift rose. It's not looking too bad. It does have lots of new blooms coming on it. More of that blue lobelia there. And a yellow coreopsis that needs to be cut back. Alright, and we'll wrap it up with the side here. Barberry shrub. Lantana is reblooming. I think this one's called Confetti or something like that. Pretty long blooming hydrangea here. This one's called Bobo. Looking really good. Pig planter there with the rose moss. Here's a new one for you this week. Red lobelia. I'm wanting this stuff to spread because I like it, especially next to the purple of the Russian sage. Even the foliage of the Russian sage it looks pretty with. There's another piece of it there. It's trying to spread. Maybe if I get rid of this. We've also had a mold problem here. So I don't know if a mole has ran through here or what. Another hibiscus or a hydrangea. Morning Glory sure are taking their time this year. And our planter with the sweet potato vine and an annual in the center that I don't remember the name of. Alright guys, that just about wraps it up. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope everybody's having a good summer. Hope everybody has a good week.